Do we write what we think it might be, or just leave it on like what we?
No, I don't like guessing what it is because you're almost always going to be wrong.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I don't want to look like a ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Welcome to another episode of Whiskey and Whitetails YouTube channel. I'm your host, Matt. Today, we have a Patreon member with us, Tyler Woods. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Tyler's really good at bourbon stuff, and we also live next door to each other, so we end up drinking a lot of stuff, and we had an idea last night to come in today and pick our 3 favorite whiskeys that we have that's achievable that you can get at a store. Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have had really similar taste, I feel like.
Yep.
And liked a lot of the same stuff, and COVID taste ruined rye spice for me for a lot of things, and some really hot bourbon. So I don't know, my taste has completely changed, and I think it's gonna be interesting. But the stuff I brought, you like, some things you don't like. But your wife picked.
Yeah, we both picked
right?
3 and gave it to my wife, and then she picked 3 and put them in here. So we don't know what they are, but they're just labeled 1, 2, 3.
Everything is total random proof age, but all the stuff I picked is stuff that anybody can get, seasonal, but like not ridiculous secondary, hard to find unicorn stuff.
Yeah. Mine, one of the 3 is pretty hard to find, but I don't think she would have put that one in there because I think she knows that. Yeah. But the other ones are either a special release or something that you can regularly get. But yeah, so let's pop these things open. After this, we're doing a Patreon only Pacquiao 1-chip challenge, and neither of us are looking forward to it. We got Taco Bell and like a gallon of milk sitting over there. It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
So I'll just split each one of these. We have no idea what they are. We'll do.
Are they labeled A, B?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2. Okay.
So this is 1.
Could have been bad. You could have ruined the whole thing right there.
Ruined it right there.
Trying to pay attention to some viscous.
None of them are super dark.
Yeah, no. Very similar to the first 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which she's pretty good at doing this. So she probably picked 3 that...
A little bit darker, maybe, that guy? Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're in order of darkness. Darkness. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3.
This mat scares me because it like teeters a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't spilled anything on it yet, but it is bumpy.
Well, that's the reason you brought me here today.
That's it. So we're gonna go and normally, it'd be Gus and I, but Gus didn't want to do the Pacquiao chip challenge, so this is Tyler's entry fee.
And I was hungover enough to say yes, or drunken enough the last night to say yes.
Yeah, the saying, always do sober what you said you would do drunk. It'll teach you to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Well, today we're paying for that. All right, number 1.
Okay. All the things I like on the nose.
Yeah, I get that.
Can I be talking about it yet?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. We'll walk through it. So number 1.
To me, just classic bourbon smell. Like nothing crazy sticking out to me yet.
There's a lot of ethanol to this one.
Yeah, it doesn't smell weak though. It seems like it's going to be decently up there. I'm guessing probably just on the nose. Over 100 for sure. I'm just going to write down my guess for proof on the nose at least.
It's definitely over 100. That's spicy.
Taste-wise?
Yeah. It has really good cherry, dark fruit flavors to it, like plum, and I'm really digging that. And it might just be spicy because it's the first drink of the day.
It is tasty too, but the finish isn't like...
No, finish is gone.
Yeah, real quick.
So I'm going to say ethanol, higher proof.
But I do get a little bit of spice there now. Like I don't smell that spice too much on the nose to me, but we'll taste.
Dark fruit, no finish.
Yeah, the entry though is like really good on this though. Like
it's crazy. It burns, like it hits and then it goes away.
Yeah, it doesn't linger like a super high proof.
I love this. This is up there in proof. It's got all the flavors that you like in bourbon, the cherry, the oak, the like almost like a dustiness to it as well.
Yeah.
But it smells perfect. It hits you and then it goes away, but yeah, not a long finish.
Yeah. I'm thinking proof around something like 110 something. I'm thinking this is like 4 to 6 years old, no older than that.
I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go closer to 120. This is my favorite so far.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Finish is the only thing that I would knock it down point or two, but definitely maybe price. What would you think something like this would be?
I mean, I think everything I picked was 100 or more. So 100 or more.
Everything I brought was, let me think. I don't want to tell you exact price because then you'll start knowing maybe what it would be that I brought.
Mine were all around 100 for sure.
Mine were all around 50.
50? Oh, you went cheap.
Is that, you're so bougie. cheap. No, it was, everything's under 75, but more expensive than 50 to 75 for sure. Now I'm trying to think of what I picked too to see if that's any of those, and I don't think it is.
Well, I'm gonna move on.
Yeah. Okay. Do we write what we think it might be, or just leave it on like what we?
No, I don't like guessing what it is because you're almost always gonna be wrong.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. I don't want to look like a ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Much gentler nose on this guy. The first one seems a lot sharper on the nose to me now. This
is spicy too.
Is it? Yeah. I don't get a crazy nose on this one.
Yeah.
So, this is like easy drinking. Easier than the first. Ooh, and a lot more woody on the back end.
Yeah, there's a ton of oak on that for sure. Like old oak. Yeah, I'm not getting too much out of it. It's definitely.
I get major wood. Don't know if I get much else. Now that I'm thinking of one of the things that I picked, I think I might know what that might be, but that's been finished or it's just old. I'm thinking like 8 to 10 plus on that one, like age wise.
What do you think proof on it? I think it's lower than that, but I still think it's over 100.
For sure. Yeah. But I think that one's, I think this one's probably, drinking that though, that seems a lot easier than the first one. Now I'm thinking you're probably right on the first, like proof wise. I'm thinking I want to change my first one to like 115, maybe around there. And this one I would think like just over 100, maybe like 105.
Yeah, I think this is just over 100. And all she did was take a picture of it and send it to me.
Okay.
So once I open it, we'll know what they are. But
what do you like out of the first two though? What would you prefer
100% on this one.
On the first?
Yeah.
See, I'm more the second.
Yeah.
Because it's just easier to drink, not so like sporadic.
That's why I like that one, because it's like if I wanted to show it off.
Yeah. It definitely hits a lot of, I'm thinking for me though, like what would I enjoy drinking a couple nights a week, and number two for sure. Like that's.
I think I actually know what number one is. Like on that last sip that I had, I was like, this I know, because it has like a weird cherry tart bite to it, and it's a bourbon that I absolutely love. And if you follow along, it's one of my favorite bourbons right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think this is I think it's the Bardstown batch. Booker's.
It's not that hot, I don't think.
I think it is. I think it's just the first drink of the day, because I never start with that.
That's a problem if like that's our first drink of the day and we're like,
Yeah. All right. Because I think that one's like 125 or something.
Yeah, they're all up. They're like all upper 20s, low 30s.
Yeah. I remember the first time I had Booker's, it was...
I gotta go to Beard. I gotta like cleanse.
It's like 2012, I think. Well, when did Gus get married? Maybe it was like 10, 11, something like that. Came to his wedding and I was like, let's get something nice. And we bought a Booker's, with the big box and everything.
Sure, yeah.
And we brought it home and opened it, and we were both like, this is the worst shit I've ever drank.
Really?
It was terrible.
There are a couple that are just off the rocker, but like for the 80% of Bookers I've had, I've been like, yeah. I think that's Maker's FAE.
The new one, the 02 or the
no, that's 01.
01.
01 is. Can we say that? Is that what we brought over now? Like.
No, I mean if that's what you think it is, yeah. I don't want to say everything I picked, but I do think that's that Booker's, and you think that's the Maker's.
Yeah, I think that's FAE.
That would make sense, because I usually don't get a lot of nose off Maker's, and it does taste finished.
Yeah, I get a lot of wood, and I like that. I don't know. That's like something. For whatever reason, my palate has changed from like away from rye or like spice sharpness to the easy.
Mine went the other way. I really appreciate rye now.
I know. It's the weirdest thing like now. And that's why one of the things I picked, I hope that Andy picked it, because I'm like, you're going to be like, damn, what is this? And I forgot that I haven't had this at your house.
I'm going to tell you this. I've done so many blinds. I can look at this one and I can tell that's a finished rye.
Yeah. Okay.
I could be wrong, but when I was pouring it out, I was like, this is a finished rye.
It's dark. It is, for anybody that can't see, like the first one is like,
I can just tell. It doesn't look like bourbon, which is crazy, right? Because it all looks the same.
I mean,
it is 100% a rye.
Okay, let me see. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I've been doing this so much that I can.
It is a rye too. It is like pickle, like it is heavy on the spice.
This is as rye as it gets.
Yeah.
Smells really good.
This is.
Did you bring over a rye?
I brought the craziest of the ryes, and I hope that like
because I picked a bourbon and 2 ryes. Now that I'm thinking back, yeah. Damn. So that means
it smell like one of the ones you picked?
I don't know. I can tell which one it's not.
Okay.
So one of the ones I picked was Midwinter's. I don't think this is Midwinter. This is Templeton 10-year.
It smells a lot.
What rye did you bring?
Wilderness Trail.
This is not Wilderness Trail.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've had it.
Yeah.
And what's the proof on Templeton 10?
Don't remember. That's got to be what that is.
That is like 100 though. 100
Yeah,
proof.
this is a lower proof.
Yeah, that's
good. It's got a good rye nose.
The nose of like spice and pickle like and everything is insane on that.
It's finished in something. But it's got like a sherry-ish flavor to it to me.
Oh, I don't know. See, now I'm just like partial to what I've brought, and I want it to be what I brought. I don't know why.
It's weird that she would pick 2 of mine. I hope I'm completely wrong on all of them. I don't know what number 2 is, so I definitely think that's.
But we agree that like number 3 is definitely around 100 proof.
Yeah. So what's your favorite?
Still going with the middle. It is classic bourbon, but with that extra oak that for whatever reason is my jam right now. I think you like the best now.
I don't know. So I think
I want to go back to the first one more time though and compare the first and the last. See, I get
peanuts in this.
Yeah, like
that's wild. I didn't smell that before.
I get such a different nose now after having the rye.
That's crazy. This is very nutty now.
It's like it's opened up now because I feel like I didn't smell. All I smelled was like sharp ethanol, like or hot.
That's what I wrote was high ethanol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I get nuttiness, which is almost peanut butter.
See, I like that.
Yeah. That changed completely. That has a finish now, where it didn't before.
Oaky finish now.
Long finish. I can still get that. What a complex bourbon.
Now I have literally no idea about any of this.
It's all changed. Man, it's still going.
What the fuck is wrong with this?
I don't know.
Sorry, can you cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss. Say whatever you want.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
This is upsetting a little bit because now I'm like, if you would have spun them around, now I'd been like,
I would have thought they were all new.
Okay, I'm gonna take quick sips.
This has a different smell too.
Like,
this has a nose on it. It didn't before. I put no nose.
Do you need to like condition your palate? You need to come in before blinds and just like straight up drink a shot or 2 of just some like very run of the mill.
This is way different.
Evan Williams or something, and just
to get it up.
Right. Because this was like muted.
Yeah. This had no nose. This had no finish. Now this has a long finish, and this has a good nose.
And now my palate's like.
And now this is nothing.
I'm awake.
I have nothing in here.
Now that has the worst nose to me.
Water.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta know.
Okay. Let's still pick which one.
I'm still gonna go with. I think they're in order now. I think they're in order of what I like. 1, 2, and 3.
I didn't want to agree with you because of our taste changing now, but now that I've come back to it, I really do like 1.
This is insane.
1 and 2 are close, but the finish now, for 1, for whatever reason, like wins out. Now I'm like confused of what the hell 1 could be. And I'm trying to think of, okay, so tell me before you know.
I still think that's
Can I tell you what 3 I brought then now?
Yeah.
To think you want to get. So I brought Wilderness Trail Rye.
Okay.
I brought FAE 02, and then I brought a Russell's Pick.
A Russell's Pick?
Yeah, which I don't think any of these are.
I don't either, because I would have tasted turkey.
Yeah, and I think we both would have been like,
yeah,
this is turkey pick. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did Midwinter's, Templeton Rye, and Bardstown batch was the 3 I picked.
Yeah, unfortunately, like with the finish now, I think you're totally spot on with the first one. I think it is Bardstown batch. What do you think 2 is?
I think 2 would be the FAE. I think you're right.
Okay.
And I think that's Templeton 10.
I think it's Wilderness Trail.
Do you?
Yeah. So
I don't think
agree.
I've had that. Yeah. I don't think I've had your Wilderness Trail though.
See, the reason I kept buying it is because I was like, when I was rye crazy before COVID stuff, I was like, man, this is, I mean, and I love pickle juice. I love all of that stuff, and that's what I got on that too. So,
all right. Well, just to prove that I haven't cheated.
Or just to prove that we're all like,
you can see the unanswered from the wife. It says one image.
You know what's going to be really sad if everything is wrong? Don't.
1 is Bardstown batch.
Okay.
2 is FAE 01. You said 02. You said 01 and 02, but
sorry, but yeah, I meant 1. I don't have 2 yet.
3 was Midwinters.
What?
Yeah. Weird.
So for everybody here, Midwinters now, like, and that's what batch? Midwinters?
8.5.
The same one I have. Okay. It tastes flat compared to the other 2.
It does. It tastes like there's not much there. It tastes very watery.
The finish wasn't that great.
No. Which is funny because I've always liked that. I really thought that was Templeton.
What's proof on FAE 02? What does it say? Can you read that?
That's 01. 110.
Sorry, do I keep saying 02?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 110 proof, and we wrote 105. Okay, we were close. What's proof on Bardstown?
125.5. I wrote 120-ish.
Okay, yeah. That just proves that we have a problem. Like,
this is 98 proof. That's probably why it tastes like nothing.
And I wrote 100. I wrote 100
100
proof on the last one. Yeah, and I tell people that when I go to bars now, I'm like, sadly, anything 100 and less just tastes like Caribou Crossing to me now.
Well, yeah.
Interesting.
So that was the video. We picked, I guess, in order. So there you have it.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to like Midwinter. I mean, I was a fanboy too, like Midwinter, right? I chased it. I paid $140 for my.
And I paid more than that for 9.5.
Right.
I think I paid 100 for 8.5.
I think we both agreed that 8.5 was better than 9.5.
I think 9.5 was just. I think 8.5 had just been open longer.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it's very similar in taste. I just think it had burned off some of that ethanol.
I don't know. My hands are just starting to sweat, and all I'm thinking about is the one chip challenge now.
It's not going to be fun.
Well, let's just.
This is what's next.
I mean, so what we liked. Cheers to Bardstown, right?
Yeah,
I guess
for sure.
I really liked this guy.
Yeah, the Bardstown. If I find a Bardstown, I buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I have no choice. It is one of my favorites ever.
Where do you? I mean, other than that gas station, or like the 2 liquor stores that have been like astronomically high and they want $200 for it. I mean, where have you seen bookers? Like, how did you?
Caleb.
Yeah, just knowing people.
Yeah. You got to get out there. You got to talk to people. You got to make friends with liquor store owners. And then once in a while, here's the lifetime achievement award is when your phone rings and it's a liquor store and they go, "Hey Matt, I got something for you."
Yeah, I haven't.
Feels really good.
I'm 31 years old, and I only started getting into bourbon in like mid-20s because of my mom, and I started drinking scotch and stuff like that too. And then I went to Louisville for my 30th birthday, and everything just like exponentially exploded from there. Like, now my bar looks like this, that my soon-to-be wife is wanting to kill me, that it just kind of exponentially grows
a bottle at a time
every single day. But yet I haven't had anybody liquor store call me yet, but I definitely have given the recent experience I think I told you about last night was giving a clerk at a liquor store that I frequent, Forsberg's here in Charleston. He was like, I'm a tequila guy. I can't stand tequila, right? Any of them, mezcal, whatever else. Like, not for me. But he was like, yeah, I love tequila. And I had a Corazon George T. Stagg finished bottle sitting in the back of my bar that I was just like, I only bought it because it said George T. Stagg, and just couldn't bring myself to open it because I knew I would hate it, like I have for like barrel bourbons, Armida, and all that other weird, crazy stuff.
You don't like añejo?
No, I don't know why, but
we've taken shots of tequila together.
Yeah, no, like not by choice. Like it was just like, like to do the job, right?
Yeah.
But I remember bringing that bottle to the guy, and I think I'd bought like 1 or 2 every day, or like early times, and I found like an Elijah Craig barrel proof on the shelf there once. But as soon as I brought him that Corazon George C. Stagg and gave it to him, and I was like, I'm never gonna drink this. Enjoy. You said you're a tequila person. The next time I walked in that liquor store, he was like, oh, tequila man, or whatever else, or bourbon guy, or whatever he called me. And then literally he like reached up under just the front counter and set like Larceny barrel proof, a Midwinters, and something else, and was like, which one do you want right now?
The Midwinters.
Yeah, and I think I got that. But they also had like a what did they have? What was the picks that we got from Forsberg's?
They did a Buffalo Trace and they did a Russell's pick. I think there's a Forsberg's Buffalo Trace pick behind you. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I remember pulling something out, and I grabbed 2 of the things that he had, and he was just like, I was like, I guess that's what it takes now to get them just to reach their hand up under here, but I guess he had seen me coming in and be buying stuff, and
I also don't ever ask. Like, so the day that I do ask, I usually get what I want.
What do you think's the money threshold for them to be like, if they're money people, they're like, how much are you spending at their store in a...
Well, that's the thing about Caleb's, because he does that reward points thing. I am number one. Outside of restaurants, I spend more money at Caleb's than anyone else. And I never ask for anything. People come in there and they buy, I've spent $500 here. Can I have a Blanton's? And like, I've spent thousands there. And I don't...
Do you think that's the way it should go for liquor stores? Do they have a rewards program, or should they do just a straight up like 50 to 60-year-old lady walks in and she's like, my husband likes bourbon and I want to get him something special for my birthday? And
I think that should be okay.
Yeah, and those are the people they surprise with like a Michter's 10.
Yeah, I think that's fine too. It's just it's like people if you and I just go to a liquor store and we go, hey man, I'm looking for something special. Yeah. They should 100% tell you no, because there's people that go to that store all the time and build a relationship, and those people should be rewarded.
Sure.
So I don't feel bad about Caleb hooking me up. Anybody can do it. Anybody can go spend money there. I mean, that is I have several go-to liquor stores, but if I buy, like, because we do a lot of the store pick giveaways, right. I always go to him for it. Because what are the other stores around here do store picks? Forsberg's, but they never remember me.
Gibby's.
Bottles. I mean, that's kind of it. Outside of the clubs.
The Packy.
Yeah, the Packy, but I don't go to Somerville. He's the closest to me that has store picks. I mean, I like him as a person as well. But
Matt, obviously I met Matt right when I moved down here and bought my house, and he was standing outside right when we were like closing on the house.
What was I doing?
You were cutting staves. Yeah. For burn blocks, and I was just like, I looked over and I was like, ooh, bourbon barrels, like this guy's doing something. And I remember walking over, and I don't think you had ever met the people before me, and I walked up and I was like, just started shooting the shit about bourbon or whatever else, and I was like, what are you making? And like every other like weirdo that walks by or rides their bike now, and you're like, what are you cutting those up for? But and then you were like, it's like a 3-minute conversation I need to get into, like do a final walk through my house, and you're just like, last thing walking away, you're like, I'm glad you're not weird. Like
I was really worried. All right, let's wrap this up so we can eat this chip, and then we have Taco Bell back there waiting.
Yeah, again, I think I'm just like stalling.
Yeah,
I don't want it to happen. Thank you for having me though. This was was good. This was the preamble. This was the fun.
Now we're gonna do a Patreon only episode and get a little rowdy.
Yeah. I want to do more of these. I want to do rye specific and low proof ones so we can actually challenge.
Yeah, definitely can.
Cool.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming along.